am. In all honesty, it's more than likely just the obsessive thing, fixating on my tiredness and all that. But yeah, it's really annoying. Basically, long story short. So yeah, that's probably my main issue here. I'm probably not as bad as I think I am. So yeah, just bringing that up because I was like, throughout this whole session I've felt off, and especially so when I tried to talk about Jesse there, just the words escaped me. Wanted make sure I word things right. I ain't flubbing up at all, especially when I want to talk about something like old JoJo's. Ooh, or so it just really bothers me. Just feeling off. Probably it seems like an easy thing to blame, but in all honesty, it's probably just down to my OCD. Utter nuisance. Actually, I have a funny story for you here. Ooh, they're all level 80. Cool. And he's level 85. I don't know what the horseman thing is about. I've never seen him before. But anyway, a funny story for you. When I was in school, I had two secondary schools. In my second one, they had a thing after school, a study hall, and I, would avail of it. Though due to my OCD, I had great difficulty actually sitting in the study hall itself. So I would go down to now after having a chat with the principal, I would go down to one of the classrooms and just sit there. A few other people would sit in as well for their own reasons. I remember one girl talking to me, and it took me like a couple years later. It was last year in 2016 when I actually realized it. That she was hitting on me. Like a couple years later, I forgot about it. I didn't think much of it at the time. Only later on did I realize she was hitting on me when I actually finally remembered that it even happened. Well, more possibly. Just something about her mannerisms, the way she's talking. Of course, it's plenty possible I'm reading too much into it. But she was asking like, oh, why I was down there, and when I said the OCD, she was like, oh, I would love that. It'll be so tidy. And I just remember, just thinking back, I remember finding it funny because I was looking in my bag at the time to find a note, and my bag is a mess. Like, I didn't put pages in folders, I just couldn't be bothered. I just shoved them in my bag, and that was the end of it. So she's just saying, talking about being so tidy, and it's just like, no. Sadly, OCD is not quite as, simple as that. It can be like obsessively pushing down handles, to make sure they're closed. I don't know if people necessarily put a number of times they've pushed down a handle to it. I just keep doing it till either I get annoyed or someone else nearby gets annoyed. Then I stop. Not saying I intentionally do it to annoy them, it's just kind of like I would keep doing it until, something snaps me out of it kind of thing. I've been getting better about it though. There's many different types of OCD and whatnot. So it's not all just being tidy and neat. It'd be one thing if it was that, but no. Like, I remember, like, go get this ore. I remember I was talking with a psychologist about it, and they were saying a couple different types. One stuck in my head because I have it, and one stuck in my head because, it fucking sucks to have it. Not that I do. It's just like, you kind of don't need to have it to recognize how shitty it would be to have it. You'll get it in a second. She was saying about an example about a guy who was petrified that he was secretly a pedophile to even himself. That he basically was scared that he was an utterly terrible and reprehensible person. and it was actually OCD. It was actually a form of OCD. I find, at least in what I can remember of OCD, it's it's like a type, it's obsessive thoughts, aye. But paranoia seems to be a big thing, like you see there. you know? So, yeah. Apparently it was like some case study, I guess she studied before, during her training or something. I honestly don't remember. I just remember that was apparently one type of it. That's all I remember. Oh, also, Eldari Fellstalker. Yeah, that's if you get the Legion Collector's Edition. I suppose we were to corner them first, then crush, eh? The mistress has put me in charge of this lot. Our primary mission is to get in there, corner the rats, and kill them all, including Bloodfang. You've done us a solid. You've done us a solid service in getting the information. Shandalyn. I can't remember how to say her name. Shandalyn. Join in the glory, and I will drive a sword through their miserable skulls. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll call for the charge. It says escort them in. That's hilarious. Ready then? Let's get a move on. Try and keep up, Shandalyn. Onwards, brothers and sisters. Master Forteski, the horseman. I've honestly never seen him before, nor do I know if he's a reference to something. Possibly is. Think they would have noticed all the explosives beforehand. What's this then? Your doom. But bomb! It's a trap. Run! Remember to stay... That's not meant to be how it plays out. Let's try that again. Remember to stay as the day that Forteski saved your life. Now run, get back to Sylvanas. That was meant to play out slightly differently. I'm finding it's a little easy to glitch out the Blizzard plans. Yeah. I think I've did this before on another character. Like something's meant to happen and it didn't happen because I moved or whatever. I know on Palnai I managed. Well, during my Legion playthrough, I decided to go back to Ice Crown. I managed to prevent Artis from one-shotting me by just divine shielding. Okay, I'm going to try that once again. He's meant to throw you. He's meant to throw you out, away from the blast. Maybe I have to stand near enough to him. But I don't remember this being an issue. Like, I think I meant to hit off there. Fear. Strikes fear into an enemy, disorientating for 20 seconds. Damage may cancel the effect. Limit one target. Oh, that's different. Before it just caused enemies to run around feared for like 8 seconds or whatever. Yeah, no, for whatever reason it's just not doing it. The angle at that the guy died at. Hilarious. You saw a thing back here, lying up against that, just weirdly sticking up. That was a corpse. It's hilarious, the angle. Okay. We'll just heart back. Don't think tin will go for much. It might. Question how much bronze will go for.
What joy is there in this curse?
Have you recovered the insignias? I'll see to it that these insignias are returned to the Undercity at once. The registrar will place the names in our records, so that their sacrifice may never be forgotten. What? Savannah shrieks. Crowley. Donkey. Bastards. Those were some of our strongest soldiers. I've underestimated Crowley and the Bloodfang for the last time. Clearly they're an enemy the likes of which we've never seen. Willing to sacrifice their own to set a trap like this. Unheard of in alliance warfare. But did they really sacrifice their own? I guess maybe she's implying that the only reason they stayed behind at Olsen's firing was to, you start killing off some ambushers remaining, you kill off their leader, and you find a point. You're meant to kill them. Yeah, that seems to be what she's saying.
We are the Forsaken.
I just didn't think of it like that initially. I just blame it on the tiredness if it was meant to be damn obvious, Just blame it on that. The time has come to destroy Crowley, Bloodfang, and every dog at their command. To do this, though, will require cunning and planning, the likes of which they will never dare dream. As one of my most trusted soldiers, Shandalyn, I need you to go to Forsaken Forward Command, located in Gulneas. Report to Deathstalker Commander Belmont. I've sent Belmont ahead with my plans. He awaits your arrival. Artura will escort you to Forward Command. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll send you on your way. Do not be afraid. I will not let you fall. Yes, you're doing quite a great job of holding on to me there. You and your big, strong hands. This is a bit of an awkward camera angle. Better hope none of Polygon's reviewers watch it. They'll start covering their eyes. For those who don't get the jibe there, though, this does look cool, I have to say. Just look at this whole place. It does look cool. The jibe I was trying out there, it was in reference to one of Polygon's reviewers. He was playing Yakuza 0 or something. He was playing the new Yakuza game, and he was like, you're like at a video store, and apparently, porn starts playing or something. He was covering his eyes, so a lot of people would think pot shots at him, and that's getting in on it basically. A little more than that. Yeah, a lot of people they have a Polygon for doing playtesting and whatnot apparently aren't very good. Ignoring that guy's squeamishness at that. They had one guy, there's footage floating around before of them playing Doom, and they're really, really terrible. They apparently, I've only seen a little bit of it, but they had difficulty aiming, it's kind of hard to deal with, in WoW, but they would have difficulty aiming their gun and firing and moving. So I've seen a bit of footage where they would aim, fire, they'll move, fire at the enemy, but the enemy's already moved. So they would move, fire, and the enemy would be after moving again. Or it was something like that, basically. They would end up firing the moment after the enemy's moved. And they would do this a few times. And it's not just they twitched wrong, I've missed plenty of times myself. It's not like they just aimed poorly. It's just that they can't do both. It's like they're trying to play the game one-handed. Move there, then do that. Then fire. Move. Fire. It's they can't seem to do both at the same time. So it's weird. Bat Handler Doomair. Okay, firstly that is funny. And it also reminds me of Hobo Air from the other place. Though, really, if that's actually the guy's name, which, like, Bat Handler Doomair, kind of implies that it is. It just would seem inappropriate to say, like, like, let's phrase it a different way. Airplane pilot, Aer Lingus, you know? So yeah. Like, his parents must have really not liked him to call him Doom Air. Forward Commander Onslaught. I'm just imagining, like, Uncle Doom Air comes over and he's like, "Oh, how's my little Onslaught? Have you been a good little kid? Here's your first sword." And all I can think of is the, there was a bit from one of the Terry Pratchett books people turned into a comic. Well, there's multiple comics of it. And it is, Death is being Santa Claus, and he gave a kid a sword, and people were like, "Oh, but that's dangerous, you know, that's not a toy," and whatnot, and he's saying, "Oh, but it's educational, she could hurt herself, and that will be an important lesson," and I know, it's a good comic if you can find it, but anyway. Well, if this isn't... I keep forgetting how to say this character's name. Shandalyn. Well, if it isn't Shandalyn, Nub, I hope you're ready for battle, because that's all you're gonna find in this hellhole. We're at the heart of contested territory, and these Worgen mongrels won't give an inch. Okay. Just gonna stop that for one moment. I really hope, like I've said this before multiple times, but I would love if they brought back, if they sent, sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. If they, wait, you get a quest for killing that guy? Alright then, I'll keep that in mind. I'm not sure if you ever get sent to kill the guy or not, but I thought I avoided doing so. Considering how broy it is, he probably has a quest to help you out for it. But anyway, I would love if Blizzard did a thing where the Worgen try and retake Gulneas and this Forsaken, try and stamp out the resistance. I just don't know how they'll do it. I was thinking a player versus player event, but to see like which side does the most work for their thing, like the Gates of Ancrage. But this is a bit different than the Gates of Ancrage. It will determine, do the Forsaken get a second city, or do the Worgen get their own capital back? Try not to sneeze. And it'll differ depending on server and everything. It's one thing with Gates of Ancrage, it's open, just the different person has a special mount on each server. Like that's lesser of a deal than do the Gulneans get their own city. So they couldn't do that idea. So I'm not sure what they could do, really. I'm sure they'll figure something out. I'm just hoping that it's something good, really. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I hope they come back to this thing. Certainly with Legion and the whole thing of the Forsaken and the Worgen really hating each other and coming to blows, even as the Burning Legion invades. It certainly implies to me, at least, that Blizzard isn't forgetting that's the thing. So yeah, in time, all will be revealed.